I took a packet of someone else's urine from the refrigerator, tied it to my thigh, then injected a drop of someone else's blood into a fingerprint mold and stuck it on my finger. Because in my world, genes were the only pass. Blood had to be drawn at the entrance, and a urine test was required after getting in. I was a person with congenital genetic defects and was destined to be a cleaner for life. But by chance, I borrowed the identity of a genius and, through fraud, became an astronaut. The story goes back to when I was born. Since humans had achieved eugenics, many families opted for artificial insemination. I was an oddball because I was conceived naturally. When I was born, the doctor determined that I wouldn't live past 30. After being heartbroken and disappointed, my parents followed the doctor's advice and used the method of embryo screening through artificial means to have another son with excellent genes. Sure enough, I was inferior to my younger brother since I was a child. Despite being underestimated, I had a great dream of becoming an astronaut. But with my genetic condition, I couldn't even get into college. After being repeatedly rejected in job interviews, I grew tired of the rules of this world. I challenged my brother to a swimming race for the last time. Before it even started, he said I would definitely lose. But this time, a miracle happened. My brother was exhausted from swimming but still couldn't catch up with me. It was the only time he lost. After winning the race, I tore myself out of the family photo and never went back home again. I came to the space agency and worked as a cleaner there. When no one was around, I imagined myself as a real engineer. I secretly kept exercising, although it was useless because gene testing was the most important thing. But looking at the people coming and going, I still felt unwilling to accept my fate. I went to the black market, and a merchant introduced me to a genius. It was said that his genes were extremely excellent, but due to an accident, he was now confined to a wheelchair. We quickly reached an agreement. To successfully impersonate him, I started to correct my eyesight, fix my teeth, and change my hairstyle. But the most difficult problem was that the genius was taller than me, so I had to saw off my legs and let the bones grow again. After everything was ready, I took his urine and walked into the space agency again. Soon, I became an astronaut. Everything went smoothly until an unexpected incident occurred. The department head was assassinated. Since he had repeatedly opposed my flight plan before his death, I became the prime suspect, and the police officer in charge of investigating the murder was my brother.